Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm really sorry for not vlogging for a really long time. Approximately a month. Okay, so happy Halloween weekend. It's October 29th, I think. I thought I would vlog today because truthfully, someone called me out on not vlogging in a really long time. Tonight I thought I would vlog because I'm going to be trying a new recipe. I'm going to be making ba kha, which is Vietnamese beef stew. And I've never made, I think I've made beef stew like once before, but I'd like to try to make the Vietnamese version because I've been feeling kind of homesick ever since school started. You guys know my parents live in Arizona, so I don't really get to see them a lot. And I live in La Crosse, which is full of white people. So there isn't a lot of ethnic food. Sometimes, you know, you just really miss your mom's Vietnamese home cooking. So first you're gonna need some beef. This is chuck roast that I got at the grocery store today. It was on sale, so I think it was like $3.80 something for a pound. So I got 2.7 or 2.17 pounds. You're gonna need some of this. You can get this at like an Asian market. It's basically beef stew seasoning. So this says "Yeah, vậy nấu ba kha," so this means like spices to make beef stew. I think my mom said to use either the half pack or the whole pack. We're just gonna wing it. Okay, and then I got just some carrots. You're gonna need some carrots too. These are, I think, 68 cents for this whole bag at the grocery store, which is awesome because they're organic too. And then you're going to need some of this. This is called lemongrass. You can also get this probably at you can probably get it at Whole Foods, a co-op. I got this at like an Asian market in town. Okay, so you're also gonna need a little bit of ginger and then some garlic too. The garlic's in the fridge. So okay, so we're gonna start off with cutting our beef. Use my favorite knife. I look crazy. So this knife, I got this knife with Becca this summer at Walmart. I don't know if you guys do this or if it's just me. You know what? Before you do anything in the kitchen, you have to wash your hands. Now, I'm sure you guys know, oh my gosh, I could put my phone right here. Can you still see me? This is amazing. Okay, so I'm sure you guys know how to wash your hands, but maybe some people aren't very sanitary in the kitchen, so we'll just go through this. So basically what you need to do to wash your hands is you're gonna get some warm water going, you're gonna get some soap, and you're gonna rinse all throughout your hands, I'll turn off the water, for 15 seconds. We're going to cut the beef. While I cut the beef, I guess I could talk to you guys about how training is going because some people said they were curious. I guess I share a lot of my training aspects on YouTube. Okay, so since universities has ended about 4 weeks ago, for the past 3 weeks, I've moved into like regularly training, I guess. I took a week to do like transitional stuff, and now I'm back to like doing normal training. I just finished my highest week of volume back since meet day. I think my weekly reps, if any of you guys are curious, this week were 477. And I guess how people respond to volume is like an individual thing, but I do know that females tend to respond better to volume than males do. I got to go a little heavier this week, dipped into 90%. Yesterday, I actually still have those videos on my phone, so I'll just probably like be inserting them throughout me talking, but I've been working on obviously just like getting overall stronger since universities, trying to get my squat up. I've squatted every day for the past, I don't know, like 4 weeks. Well, every training day, so I train 5 times a week, so squatting 5 times a week. I usually do work up to either 3s or 4s at 85% for back squat, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Wednesday is when I do my front squats. So that's what I've been doing. I've been working on my hip adductors. Abductors? I can't remember which one is on the outside. I think the abductors is on the outside. But getting those stronger because it's like so weak compared to my glute that sometimes when I jerk, you'll see like my knee kind of like go in or like my foot instead of like going out like wider, my jerk stance. It'll be kind of like I'm tight roping, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, I've been working on that. Been working on like just driving the bar up in jerks, which kind of sounds like no shit, Tram. Obviously, you're supposed to drive the bar up, but you know sometimes you just need to have a friendly reminder to drive the bar up. I guess I was like for about a week or so, I was trying to just like sneak under the bar, and it didn't really work out for me because I'm not very good at sneaking. Been working on my jerk a lot, so I would say in the past like 3 weeks, I've been working on my jerks and my squats a lot, I guess, and like power snatches too, trying to get that up. I'm trying to get more comfortable with my body relative to like what a snatch is actually supposed to look like, because my shoulder is kind of shitty, you know, so it's really hard for me to pretend like I'm holding the bar. It's hard for me to like get in this position like with weight. Obviously I can like do it now because there's nothing like going against me, but with weight it's really hard to get in this position, like especially with like a power snatch. So I'm trying to work on like power or muscle snatches to work on that. And then a lot, oh yeah, so I do jerk 4 times a week. So Monday, Tuesday, and then Thursday, Friday are the days that I jerk. I either do like jerks on the blocks, a lot of those up to like 85%. I did do some 90s this week for doubles, and then once a week I also work on power jerks just to work on like some stability. So back to the meat cutting. You kind of want to cut your meat so that maybe it's ½ an inch thick. I guess it depends on how big you want your pieces to be. For me, I kind of have a small mouth, you see. So this is good. This is how big my piece is for meat. After you have cut all of your beef, you're going to season it, and I'm going to season my beef with some salt. So here is your average Morton's sea salt. I'm going to put, here's the spoon. Don't really know how big it is. I should use a measuring spoon so that I feel like this is like an actual cooking video as to me just like kind of dicking around in the kitchen. Okay, so we're gonna use this measuring cup or spoon. This is 1 teaspoon. I'm gonna season 2 grounds of beef with, let's start with 1 teaspoon of salt. But I feel like that's not enough, you guys. I like my food a little salty, so we're gonna put another ½ teaspoon of salt in. Okay, so 1½ teaspoons of salt. We're also gonna flavor it with some sugar, so let's go with 1 teaspoon of sugar. You know, it's kind of funny that I said that I liked my food salty, and now I'm putting sugar on it too. But 2 tablespoons, 2½ tablespoons of sugar, okay? Just follow me on this. I promise it will be good. And then I'm gonna put some ground cinnamon. Usually my mom would use like cinnamon sticks, but I love college poverty life and can't really afford cinnamon sticks. So I'm just gonna use this ground cinnamon that I conveniently also use to season my shitty coffee grounds to make them taste better. So we're gonna put, oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, let's think of the spot here. How much ground cinnamon is the equivalent of like 3 cinnamon sticks? Probably, I'm not even gonna use just measuring cup. I'm just gonna like put some in. We're gonna go with like 4 shakes of cinnamon is the equivalent of a cinnamon stick. Maybe 3, I don't really know. And then I'm gonna put some baka seasoning. So on the back it says, this package of spices can be used for a pot of beef stew, which is 3 pounds. So does that mean like 3 pounds of beef or 3 pounds of beef stew? Yep, you know, I don't even know. Oh, 3 pounds of beef. Okay, so I have 2 pounds of beef. I'm gonna use, I'll just use half of this, like my mom said. You know, why are moms always right? I don't know. Okay, so half of this bag. Okay. Not really sure how much half is. I feel like that's good. Is that half? I have no idea. Alright, so I'm just gonna say that's half, and I'm gonna put this bag of seasoning away. And then, if this is not a complete failure, I will for surely make beef stew again. This is what your concoction should look like. Something like this with your seasonings all on there. And then you can wear a glove if you don't want to like touch raw meat if you think it's gross, but I don't really think it's gross. So I'm just gonna mix it all in, make sure all the pieces are as evenly coated as they can be. Well, while that's done, I'm gonna spend the next couple minutes or however long it's going to take me to do this to cut the lemongrass. I'm just going to put... Okay, so I'm going to wash my hands and wash this cutting board because I'm going to be cutting some lemongrass, and you should never wash or never ever use the same cutting board that you use for raw meat to cut like vegetables, because that's a giant no-no. Ideally, you would want to use like a different cutting board that you use for meat a different cutting board for meat and a different cutting board for fruits and veggies, but you know, poor college kid life can't really afford all the great necessities that you want in life. Alright, so you're going to cut all of your veggies right now. This is what lemongrass looks like. We're just going to use like 2 stalks. We're going to use the smaller of the 4 stalks, so half of these ones. Take your handy dandy clean knife. You're going to cut your lemongrass. You're going to just want to like cut. I wish you could see me. I'm sorry that this angle is really bad, but I guess it's better than nothing. So you're going to cut, my mom said to cut the lemongrass like about the length of your finger. So my fingers are like kind of this long, I suppose. And then we're going to cut this. And then I'm pretty sure this part, like the rest of this, you can't use because that's just funny the way it is. Dan Matthews reference! Ah! Things are falling! Oh my god! Okay, everything is fine. Everything is fine. On your cutting board, flatten the lemongrass with your knife. I'm not really sure why, but just do it because my mom said. My mom's always right. So, just gonna flatten it. Oh man, this is sharp. I'm like kind of scared. How do you do this? To press so much. Oh my god. Okay, disclaimer, it's like really hard to flatten. So, just put your whole body into this. Jesus. What I'm gonna do is somehow with this giant knife that is not supposed to be used for this purpose, peel the ginger. You know what? This isn't even that bad, guys. I thought it was going to be worse. Okay. Peel the ginger. Oh my gosh, it smells like my childhood. Okay. Here are your seasonings. Oh, I'm gonna cut my carrots now. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna cut my carrots now. My mom cuts her carrots in a very like particular way, and I'm gonna try to do it today. It's not coming out, you guys. The triangle that I made is not coming out. I did it. Wow, look at this. Do you see this? This is literally my pride and joy right now. I'm totes gonna send a picture of this carrot to my mom. How does she do this? There must be a better way. Okay, so basically all her carrots would look like this. All my carrots are just gonna be like this. Okay, so what you're gonna do next is take a pot. Okay, so you're gonna take some oil. I happen to have vegetable oil. I'm not really sure if this is the best oil that you're supposed to be using, but I mean, it can't really hurt, I guess, right? I'll probably still live after this. So you're gonna put some oil in there. Not really sure how much. I kind of just eyeballed it. It's probably like 1.5 tablespoons of oil. Alright, so you're gonna start frying your lemongrass. Put some, oh my gosh, this is like so dark. Okay, so you're gonna start frying your lemongrass, and then you're going to put some garlic in there. If you have fresh garlic, that would obviously be better than using like a jar of garlic, but you know, college life. Oh, it's like popping. Ah! Okay, and then put your ginger in there. You kind of, here, I need like a spoon. Not a spoon. Aha! This wooden thing. I love cooking with wooden utensils because they never get hot. You just like leave them chilling because they're wood, you know, they don't absorb heat. So awesome. Okay, so you're going to fry this in there for about, I don't know, 45 seconds, a minute, something like that. It smells really freaking good. Okay, you're gonna wanna do that. And then once your 45 seconds or whatever is up, you can put your meat in. Sorry, it's really dark. Oh, you can see. Okay, just cook your meat until it's cooked. Obviously, you know what that looks like. Here is an update on my beef stew. Sorry, Tom called me so then I couldn't vlog, but in the meantime, since you've seen the stew, I cooked the meat in the oil until it was cooked, obviously. And then I just added some water, not really sure how much water, but enough to fill this quart. And then I added the carrots. I realized that 3 carrots wasn't enough for this like giant amount of stew. So I went ahead and added the other carrots. I think there are like 5 carrots in there. And so now the stew is just simmering. I'm going to simmer this until the carrots are soft. And then I'm just gonna let this stew on 6 and then cover it. But since I don't have a cover for this pot, I'm just gonna use this tin foil. Life hack in the kitchen: if you don't have a pot, tin foil works just as well. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit for, I don't know, 45 minutes, half an hour, however long it takes. And then in the meantime, probably gonna make a thing of Easy Mac. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes and I realized that it was on way too high, and since it's covered, it might like boil over if I don't see it too soon. So I'm just gonna put it to like 2. Okay, good. Wow. Man, my voice just... Okay, so welcome back. I think the stew is now done. Let's check not the potatoes, the carrots. Let's check the carrots. I wish you guys could smell it. If you ever smelled Vietnamese beef stew, I don't know. It must be like the cinnamon and like some of like the powder or the seasoning is kind of like star anise, if you know what that is. It's also a seasoning, but oh my god. I am going to just taste the soup to make sure that it's like flavored well. It's really hot, so I'm kind of scared. Oh, oh my god. Something in there is making me cough. It doesn't really taste like anything, so I'm gonna add some salt. Mix it up, mix it up. Maybe it's the cinnamon. Oh, I feel like I probably added too much cinnamon. Have you guys ever done the cinnamon challenge? Well, I have, and it just had like flashbacks of me doing the cinnamon challenge. You guys, let me just tell you that when you do the cinnamon challenge, and there is that much cinnamon in your mouth, when you try to breathe in through your nose, somehow your body says, no, I'm not gonna breathe in through my nose, I'm gonna breathe through my mouth, and the cinnamon just coats your whole throat. It's disgusting. Holy shit, dude, it's so hot. Like, the temperature is so hot. I think I just burned off half of my taste buds because I didn't really blow. Oh my god. I am a freaking amazing cook. I'm really excited to eat it. I'm really glad that I got to share it with you guys. I will try to post a new vlog every week. And if you guys have any idea on what I should talk about in my vlogs, if you're sick of me just like talking about my life, if you want to like see full training clips, talk about more in-depth about training, like goals, stuff like that, let me know in the comment section down below. And thank you so much for following my channel. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And I'll talk to you later. Bye!